Hello, I am Aditya and my teammates are Moonies and Gokulanand. We are going to develop a project for AI companion for reducing loneliness. Introduction. Mind is AI companion for reducing loneliness. Loneliness is a growing emotional and social problem that affects people of all ages, especially students, working professionals and the elderly. Many individuals do not have immediate access to friends, family or mental health professionals when they feel stressed, anxious, or isolated. Advancements in artificial intelligence and natural language processing enable chatbots to simulate empathetic conversations and provide supportive interactions at any time. MindEase is designed as an AI-based emotional assistance chatbot that listens to users. Here are the challenges: growing loneliness and emotional distress among students, limited access to timely emotional support. Existing chat platforms and social media do not always provide empathetic conversations. Users often struggle to track their own mood patterns. Here is my objective. We are going to build an AI-driven chatbot for emotional support and to avoid loneliness. Here is the scope of our project. Focus on using React for the front-end interface, Python for the back-end, and Claude API for conversational intelligence. Develop a natural language processing system with emotional detection to accurately understand user feelings and provide empathetic, context-aware responses. Implement mood tracking and analytics to help users visualize their emotional patterns over time. Target audience: individuals experiencing loneliness or emotional distress, including students, working professionals, elderly people, and anyone seeking emotional support. Deliverables: a fully functional AI chatbot with empathetic conversational capabilities. A user-friendly web interface built with React for seamless interaction. Integration with Claude API for natural human-like conversations. Emotion detection module using statement analysis to recognize user moods. Activity recommendation system suggesting coping strategies. A database system for storing user conversations. Documentation detailing the system architecture implementation. Inclusions: design and development of a web-based chatbot using React for front-end and Python backend services. Implementation of emotion and sentiment analysis. Mood tracking and analytics module to log interactions. Activity recommendation system that suggests coping strategies. Basing admin panel to review aggregated usage statistics and manage activity content. Exclusions: no replacement for professional psychological diagnosis, no real-time integration with clinical health records, no voice-based therapy. Mind is AI companion for reduced loneliness. Data: use anonymized, publicly available conversational and emotional labeled datasets. Collect voluntary user interaction logs. Limitations: data constraints, model generalizability, expert validation, computational resources. Methodology: data collect methodology of developing our MindEase AI companion using Claude API, React, and Python. Data collection and pre-processing: gather conversational data sets with emotional labels from publicly available resources. Emotion detection module development: build a sentiment analysis and emotional classification system using Python libraries. Develop a Python backend that handles user authentication, manages API calls to Claude, stores conversation history. Front-end development: build a React-based web interface, integrate all components, and perform functions. Emotion detection includes collecting sample emotional chat data, pre-processing and labeling user emotions, training, testing, and emotion detection module. Chatbot and app development includes integrating Claude API with Python backend, building React-based chat interface, storing chats and mood logs in database. Here is our architectural flow diagram. The use case diagram. A use case diagram is a graph of actors, set of use cases enclosed by a system boundary communication, associations between the actors and users, and generalization among use cases. Here is our use case diagram. A class diagram is a representation of an object, and in many ways it is simply a template from which objects are created. Classes from the main building blocks of an object-oriented application. Here is our sequence diagram. Algorithms used. The sentiment analysis classifies user messages as positive, negative, or neutral to capture overall mood. Helps the chatbot choose an encouraging or calming tone. Emotion classification detects emotions like joy, sadness, fear, anger, and loneliness from text. Provides deeper context for more empathetic replies. A rule-based recommendation system links detected emotions to suitable coping activities and suggestions. Ensures safe structural guidance along Claude. Transformer-based emotion classification model. A pre-trained model is used to understand nuanced emotional states from user messages beyond simple positive or negative sentiment. Can capture contextual meanings in conversations. Hardware and software selection. Here are our hardware requirements. Desktop with Intel i5 processor, 8 GB RAM, 16 GB recommended for module execution, 256 GB SSD storage, stable internet connection, and webcam. Here are our software requirements. Windows 10 or 10, 11, Linux, Mac OS operating system, front-end React, JS, HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, backend Python, Flask, Fast API framework, database, PostgreSQL, MySQL for storing user chat mood logs, ANLP, Cloud API, Hugging Face, Transformers, text block, Vader for sentiment analysis. Development tools, VS Code, PyCharm, GitHub, and Git. Implementation. The project is implemented using Python and React with the following key technologies. Backend Python, SQL Alchemy, JWT request, frontend React JS, Axios, React Brutal CSS. The project includes backend APIs that handle user registration, login, chat request, emotion detection, and storage of conversations and mood logs. The React frontend connects to these APIs to display the chat interface, send user messages, and render the chatbot responses in real time. For emotional understanding, and the backend uses sentiment analysis and a transformer-based emotion classifier to detect feelings such as loneliness, sadness, stress, and happiness from each user message. The chatbot then calls the Claude API with user message. Each interaction is stored in the database. The system also generates activity recommendations based on the emotion detection. There are our code segments. Here is our output sample. Here are our results from our model execution. In this, in this project, the experiments show that detecting user emotions from text and combining them with an empathetic large language model can significantly improve the quality of emotional support given to lonely users. Therefore, MindEase uses transformer-based emotion detection, sentiment analysis, and a rule-based activity suggestion engine integrated with Cloud to provide instant personalized emotional assistance and self-care recommendations, helping users feel heard and supported and less isolated. We are This is the base model of our project. In future, we are going to develop with more features. Here are our references used for our project.